She gave a homeless man some money, never expecting to see him again. But 18 years later, what he did with it left her speechless. It was the fall of 2005. The city's air was cold and sharp, whipping dead leaves across cracked sidewalks as Officer Jenna walked her routine patrol. Ahead, in a dim alley, she spotted a man bent over a trash can, searching for scraps with trembling hands. Coat was ragged, his shoes so thin his toes poked through. Something about the sight made her slow down and finally stop. "Sir, are you all right?" she asked softly. The man straightened, startled, and his weary eyes met hers. After a pause, he told her his name. Michael. As they talked, his story unfolded in pieces. Once, he'd had a steady job, a small house, and a wife he adored. They had dreamed of starting a family. But his wife's sudden death shattered him. Alcohol, then drugs, became his escape from unbearable grief. Within a few years, he lost his job, his savings, and finally his home. The past decade he had been on the streets, surviving but no longer living, convinced no one cared. Anna listened, her heart heavy. She was still new to the force, still young enough to feel deeply. That day, she couldn't just walk away. She took him to a diner for a hot meal, bought him a thick jacket and sturdy shoes to fight the cold. Before leaving, pressed an envelope of cash into his hands. "I hope this helps," she said gently. Michael's eyes glistened as he thanked her again and again. To Jenna, it was a small gesture. To Michael, it was a spark of hope in a world that had gone dark. Life moved on. Jenna transferred to another precinct. Her career advanced. The memory of Michael slowly faded into the background. She often wondered what had become of him, but never expected to know. Then, in 2023, fate intervened. Bustling community event, a sharply dressed man approached her. His suit was crisp, his smile warm. "Officer Jenna?" he asked. She nodded, puzzled. "I don't know if you remember me," he said, "but you once helped me when I was at my lowest." It was Michael, clean, confident, unrecognizable. Told her how her kindness had changed everything. He hadn't used the money for drugs or drink. Instead, he bought a bus ticket to a rehabilitation center he'd been too ashamed to call before. The jacket and shoes gave him dignity and courage. By step, he got sober, found steady work, and eventually opened a small business that grew into something bigger. Now Michael had a home, a family, and even an outreach program to help others like him escape the streets. Looking at Jenna, he said with emotion, "You didn't just give me money, you gave me hope." Jenna felt her eyes sting. She had never imagined a simple act of kindness could echo so far, or ripple through so many lives. But sitting across from Michael, she realized it had changed both their lives forever. Like and subscribe, or more amazing stories.